If you are easily offended, please leave and don't come back. The views, opinions, and statements from this podcast are by no one. I repeat, by no one. They are not real, and everything is completely made up. This is for entertainment purposes only. The people in this podcast are not doctors, lawyers, or health professionals. They barely graduated high school. It's not that serious. Enjoy the show and have a nice day. Welcome. This is my first ever podcast. I honestly don't know what I'm doing, so bear with me. My name is Vernon. Podcast is called Vernon's Podcast. So originally I wanted to do a podcast with guests so that we can talk on, I guess, topics that might be around there on social media or in the news or mouth. But everybody says no. Everybody I've asked so far, they said no. They don't like being in front of the mic. They don't like being in front of cameras. Even though I said you don't have to record it. I mean, we don't have to video record it. But still, the answer was no. But that's fine. I'm here. I been wanting to do this for quite some time, but I just didn't know how. I didn't know what to do, so I went and did some research, YouTube, and of course, and Google. And after I looked at it and did some homework, I was like, I can do that. Just talking nonsense, I do that for free all day and kind of get my voice out there, right? Because I feel like, we've all been on social media forever since we're kids, and nothing ever came of it. It's just like, oh, you post this, poop, and then people read it. If you're funny, they'll laugh, and then you'll get likes and comments and followers or whatever, and then that'll be it. But that's not what this is about. I'm just doing this because I'm bored. And the reason why I'm bored is because I'm currently in recovery. I recently just got out of a rehab center, and it's rehab center, treatment center, whatever you call it, a loony bin. I like to call it a loony bin. I know that's the wrong thing to say, but it's funny. I think it's funny. But anyway, so yeah, I went there for alcohol and substance abuse. I'll get more on that and some other time when there's more. Maybe I feel like it's a conversation that I would like to have with guests very soon, hopefully. Addiction, alcohol abuse, and substance abuse. It's this place called Orchard Recovery Center, I believe. It's on Bowen Island. Bowen Island is near, it's just outside of Vancouver. And it's this beautiful island, just trees, tall, I don't know, 50 feet tall, and just a really beautiful place. It's just right on the ocean and, or sea. I don't know what's the difference. I checked myself in there, and going there, I thought that it was just going to be kind of like they're going to teach me how to, stop using, stop drinking, and it wasn't like that at all. I learned a lot, even now, I have a confidence to do this shit that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but didn't have the courage or confidence to, but now I do. And it's because of that place. I did presentations in front of 20 plus people, just about my life and all the trauma that I've been through, and I guess kind of what led me up to alcohol and substance abuse. And I keep saying substance abuse because I don't like saying it, but cocaine, that was my DOC. DOC is a drug of choice. First, it started out with alcohol. Alcohol started when I was 15, I think, maybe 16. and it just took off. Like just from the first sip, first shot, it was amazing. Gave me confidence, helped me with my social anxiety. I always had social anxiety. I just felt weird being around people. I don't know what it was. I felt like I didn't fit in, felt like nobody liked me, felt like I was being weird. I mean, I am kind of weird, but now I'm learning to celebrate it and kind of be, I guess, proud and accepting of being indifferent, being unique, being, kind of on the outsider kind of a bit. Because I've always kind of been a loner, and I love being a loner. I love it. I just like my own time. I like my own space. I like just being alone. It's just, you know what I mean? Not to deal with anything. So back, me checking in. And I mean, I already checked in what I learned when I was there. Okay. How to present. I gained confidence, courage. It's just basically just like all like these things that you hear all the time about addiction. It's just like, I mean, you don't hear about addiction. Like I thought that it was just like they're gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. They're gonna teach me how to stop, or they're gonna, I'll put the bottle down. That's it. I'll be done. Walk out. Fine. Go back to work after that. And it's not like that at all. You have to learn how to completely rewire, reprogram your brain. I'm talking about like making your bed every morning, like something as small as that tricks or kind of reprograms your brain into thinking, into doing it every day. And when you do that every day, you're going to do that for the rest of your life, right? And something as small as that, you think like, oh, whatever, it's just making your bed. But no, it's going to teach you gratitude, and I'm going to show you how. I'm going to tell you how. Like you wake up, make your bed, brush your teeth, drink water, take your meds, go about your day, and then when you come home and you think, and you're feeling down on yourself, you're feeling depressed. I didn't accomplish anything today. I didn't do shit. I'm a piece of shit, right? Everybody has those days. You say you don't, then you're lying. Anyway, get home, you feel like a piece of shit. You feel like you didn't accomplish anything that day, and you walk into your bedroom, and you walk into a nice, clean bedroom with your bed made and everything, and you're like, oh, I forgot I did that. And so you did accomplish something one day, even if it's that small, you did something. And with addiction, especially people who are going through addictions, or currently is or is in recovery, or knows of anybody who is addicted to some sort of substance, and that can be anything. That can be sugar, caffeine, alcohol, prescription pills, and you guys are not excluded. Okay, people who take prescription pills, that's also a drug. It's mind altering. Okay, so if you are abusing that, then you fit into this category as well. And also people who are addicted to these substances, or people who know of people who are substances, get it when I say things like they feel like they are unworthy. They feel like they don't belong. They feel antsy and depressed and angry and like sometimes even delusional. And it's just all of these things that happens to people who are addicted, or if you're not addicted, then you might know somebody who is, and you see those things, those patterns. Those are not normal patterns. You think like, oh, I'm just a grumpy person, or I'm just a sad person. That addiction brain, that's what that is. And it's like other things too, like making different choices than the past version of you used to make. So when an incident happens and they'll cuss somebody out, or you go and just whatever your reaction usually is, to stuff that happens that you don't like. At that recovery center, the Orchard Recovery, you can go Google it. They teach you how to recognize that behavior, that reaction when it's happening, when something happens bad, or something that happens that you don't like, and then you start to react to it. But before you react to it, if you're able to catch it, and this is what you're going to learn, or you catch like that mad feelings, and then you just kind of calm yourself down. I think it's called PPP, which is pause, pray, and proceed. And if you don't pray, then you could just, meditate or just calm and take deep breaths for a second or a two or three, whatever. And then just enough for you to calm down and really think about that situation and be like, and look at the facts and look at what's true. What just happened? Is that like, does that really matter? Does that going to affect me in any way? Am I going to be mad about it tomorrow? Am I going to be mad about it in an hour from now? You know what I mean? Like, you have to really evaluate things more. And you might think like, oh no, I'm just going to be real. I'm going to act the way I act, and I'm going to be who I am. Go ahead. Continue to act that way. Continue to be angry and aggressive and sad and lonely and whatever. That's unhappy. It's all unhappy feelings. It's unhappy energy. And so you can go and stay there, be there in that little dark cloud, or you can grow up and learn new ways to live a better life. Okay? So when something happens you don't like, stop, think about it, think what really matters, and then think of an alternative solution to it. Let's say you're calling your boyfriend. He's not picking up the phone. You start to freak out, start to send nasty text messages, and so that's how you would normally react, right? And then he sees these text messages, calls you right away, immediately, or maybe no, show up at the house. And then you go straight home to him, and then you get there, dude's in the shower. He's taking a shower, and before that he put some laundry in a washer. I was about to say dishwasher. In a washer, so he was doing laundry, and then he jumped in the shower because he got all sweaty because he was like cleaning up and shit. So that's why he didn't pick up your phone and even see your text messages. And he gets out of the washroom, sees you raging, angry, mad. Why? Just because he didn't pick up your phone call? Who cares? I know that's your boyfriend and all, and you think that you might supposed to be number one in his life or whatever. No, everybody has their own lives. Everything's not about you. You're not the queen of the world. You're not the center of the universe. Okay, calm down, sit down. So you get mad at him once he gets out of the shower, you get mad at him for not picking up your phone, blah 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 blah. Right? And then both of you are mad. Both of you are in a shitty mood now. You just never going to go back to the teachings, right? So he's not. So we're gonna think of an alternative situation or an alternative solution or whatever. You call him, don't pick up, and then you go, okay, maybe he's busy. And then you send him a text and say, hey babe, whatever you call him, whatever, bae or boo or anyway, you text him, and then you just say, hey, call me when you get this, or whatever, and then you go, and then I understand you're still gonna be angry he wasn't never picked up. You're still gonna be annoyed that he didn't pick up. So instead of you can send that text and then go and do something else to kind of take your mind off of it. Okay, go and get Starbucks with caffeine in it. Caffeine's gonna make you feel better, or something with sugar, ice cream, or maybe go for a walk. Go for anything that makes you put on some music. Go on your phone. Go. Write in your. If you haven't started writing a journal, go to Walmart right now and go buy a journal and a pen and just write anything. It really helps me whenever I'm anything, like whenever I'm upset, annoyed, or have ideas in my head, like to create a podcast. So I write everything down now, and it's freeing to like put all your thoughts down on paper. It could be anything. It doesn't have to make sense. Nobody's going to grade you. It's not for school. It's just for your eyes and your eyes alone and your thoughts. So, and that's going to help you to kind of be at a more stable place emotionally, because instead of whenever you feel like cussing somebody out, I know, write it down, write out why you're upset and what they're doing and stuff like that. And then it's going to get you to think about it, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's not even that big of a deal, So that's a great solution, journal. So yeah, anyway, so that's how you would change your patterns. And then once you can get home, and then you're not going to care about that anymore. Maybe you even forgot. And then he gets out of the shower, and he goes to his phone, sees that you text him to call you back. And then you're like, oh, maybe you forgot, you know what I mean? So like, and then that would be that, so then no argument, your day's saved, you are okay. Just, there's this show called, it's on Netflix. I think it's called Saving Joe or something like that. Saving Joe or whatever. It's a documentary on Netflix. And at the top of my head, the one thing that stuck out to me the most was this pyramid. Just think about this. And in this pyramid of like your life, think about your whole life, right? Or any situation. If you don't know if you're unhappy, or if you have anxiety all the time, or if you're depressed, or if you are or you're going through addiction, it's for everybody to have a better life. Follow this simple rule every day. Okay. It's, body, people, and yourself. Yeah, there. Body, people, and yourself. And what that means is body. So you have to take care of your body. Exercise, at least 30 minutes of exercise every day. It could be whatever. Go for a walk, go for a run, clean up your house. Anything for 30 minutes that makes you sweat. And also eating better. I know I'm eating sucker, but whatever. I had fruits mixed with yogurt for breakfast. And also I'm going to go to the gym later today. So there, check mark. And then the other one was yourself. Take care of yourself. Write a journal, or meditate, or pray to God every day. Something that gets you to really dig into your mind and find peace, and find like what any kind of feelings that you're feeling, or like your body, or just anything, right? Like anything that you're basically just taking care of your mind. Okay, so journaling. You write only one sentence a day, but I won't recommend that. I would say maybe do at least a paragraph, like a body of Texas, a couple of a couple of sentences at least. And so at least that's so. And then the other one was people, connection with people. If you're anything like me, I'm an introvert and a loner, and I love being alone. But I'm starting to realize that I'm also kind of an extrovert a little bit sometimes. So I'm kind of like on the spectrum of, I would say like I lean more towards the introvert side, but I can also be an extrovert at times. And so it's kind of hard for me to connect or meet new people or be around people. But being around humans are social beings. We have to be together and stick together. Make sure you get closer with your family, ask them how their day was. Ask them, what's their favorite movie? What's their favorite song? What do they like eating? Anything, just as long as you're talking and connecting to them. And if you, with your friends or people around you, if you live in an apartment building, maybe your concierge, your security, maybe your neighbors. If you're at work, make sure you maintain that connection with your coworkers, your boss, just people around you, and you might just have a connection with somebody every day. At least one person, have a conversation with them. And I'm not talking about texting. I'm talking about in person. Talk in person with somebody. Have a conversation, at least one conversation. Not over the phone. It has to be in person where you can see each other's eyes and body language and connect. That's going to make you feel connected to the world and to people, so you don't feel lonely and depressed. And going back to the diet and exercise, that's going to strengthen your body. It's going to make you feel better because you're eating better, and it's going to make you healthier. It's going to make your mind clearer, more energy. Just, you know what I mean? If apocalypse comes and the world is on fire, Who you think is going to die first? You know what I mean? All the fat old people are going to die first because they can't run. Same thing goes with food. Food, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you just turn into a vegan and just eat only vegetables and fruits all day, every day. No. Just throw some salad into your meals or some more vegetables into your meals instead of sucker. Honestly, I don't. I always try to make sure I incorporate vegetables and fruits into my diet every day. And that can be anything. And diet and exercise, journal. And if you don't want a journal, then connect with God or whoever your God is, your higher power, and just kind of like think to them or talk to them or write down whatever you want to write down to them. Because you have to have a higher power. You have to have a connection with your mind and a higher power, because it's otherwise you're gonna, you need to believe in something more powerful than you. Or if you don't, and you journal, just make it easy for yourself and everybody. Just get a journal. Okay, so journal, diet and exercise, and connection with people. Just those 4 things you need to do. If it doesn't matter how lost you feel, it doesn't matter where you are in your life, it doesn't matter if you're homeless or you're rich or whatever it is, where you are in your life. Maybe you just feel like you're a failure. Maybe you feel like you have no hope. There's nothing going good for you in your life. Or maybe you're having a fantastic life and you're happy and you're vibrant and you're glowing. It doesn't matter. Make sure you incorporate those things into your life. Body, people, yourself. That's 3 things. That's the pyramid. Body, people, yourself. So, and then when I said exercise, diet, connection with people, and journal, just those 4 things. Those are the things that I do so that I incorporate that pyramid into my life, and so far it's working. So yeah, but I have a long way to go on the exercise and diet thing. I mean, look at my fat ass, but whatever, that will come in time. And when it comes in time, because I've always been cute, just chubby, always been chubby, and never really cared because never really commented on it. But this is for me. I want to get into shape for me so I can feel better and so I can run away when there's an apocalypse happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be one of those people who fall and die and get eaten by zombies. So back to the thing, addiction thing, or just living a better life and being a better person. Incorporate that pyramid into your life. Just try to be a good person. Have a heart. Stop judging people and comparing yourself to people. Stop thinking that the world owes you something. Stop thinking that your parents owe you something. Stop thinking that you are not in a position in your life because of that person, or this person did this to me, or my parents were not rich, or I come from a shitty town or city, or whatever it is. No. Maybe that did happen. Yeah. And what? You're just going to be mad at the world forever. You're going to be sad forever, and you're just going to be just the lowest version of yourself, that just because of things that happened around you or to you or whatever it is. No. You have to accept it. It is what it is. That's the life. That was the hand you were dealt. That's the hand that God gave you. Learn to use it accordingly and to your benefit. It doesn't matter where you are in life. Use that pyramid thing to get out of it, or not to get out, but at least to improve your life, either where you are in life or where you're starting, or if you don't know what to do, you don't know where to, doesn't matter. Body, people, yourself. And that will improve your life drastically, I promise you. I thought it would be weird kind of just sitting here and talking to myself, but it's not. I actually feel quite comfortable. But I feel like I want guests who are also in recovery or whatever kind of situation they're in. I need more friends. Which reminds me, I'm going to go to AA later today, and then maybe I'll go and try to convince somebody there or 2 people to come back to here so that I could record another episode. And then, yeah, that'd be great, right? So And then I'll talk more about addiction. So anyway, went to rehab addiction for alcohol and substance abuse. Discovered a lot of shit about myself and about addiction, and I feel amazing. I feel like it's just a brand new life that I've just kind of, woken up on into, and it feels great. I feel happy. I can confidently say that I feel happy and content, and I haven't felt this way since I can't even remember when. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Ooh, poor me." Whatever. I have so much people who love me and support me, and I don't know what it was. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter how much things I got. It didn't matter how much money I got or how much things that I bought, or how much money I would make, or how much friends I had, or nothing made me happy. I was never satisfied. All I cared about was drinking. I started heavily doing that, I think a year ago, and it was just my life had become very unmanageable and just sad. I had to go to rehab. If I didn't go to rehab, I was going to lose my job. I mean, they didn't know until I told them about this, but I felt like that's where it was going, because I wasn't taking care of myself, hygiene wise. I wasn't taking care of my apartment, my car, nothing in my life, and I was in a very dark place. So I had to go to rehab. So I went to rehab, learned all this new shit, and I'll again talk about it on another episode when I have guests, because I want to get their opinion and their insight and what they think. And if you're interested in recording podcasts, then let me know and we can do it. Let's go. And it can be, and if you have any kind of local business, maybe you're selling beads, or maybe you have a little store, or whatever it is, whatever you have going on in your life that you want to discuss, or maybe you just want to talk about it, to get it out there. Maybe I know you might think what is going on Vernon's podcast going to gain me? This is his first podcast. He's probably not even going to get any listeners. He's not going to get any followers. Who's going to watch it on YouTube? Nobody. I don't. This is more about just kind of just using your time to do something that is beneficial to you and me. You might think that what getting on that podcast, that nobody podcast that has no followers, no listeners, nothing, what is that going to do for me? Nothing. Well, for one, it's going to get out of the house and actually be a human. And not only that, too, who knows? What if when I post it, and then when I post it online and it goes to everywhere, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and then somebody picks up on it and somebody listens to it, and then they are interested in what you're selling, your product, or maybe just you as a person. Maybe they just like hearing your voice. Maybe they like your opinions. Maybe they like, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, and then they go and find you, and then find you on Instagram or Facebook or wherever it is, or wherever your business posted. Or we're gonna leave all of that too. We're gonna show people how to find you and stuff, right? Or somebody who's a customer, or somebody who's just a supporter, and that's just me kind of just saying that, just to say that, and then so you gain something. Or maybe you gain a friendship with me, or maybe you're just bored. Why not just hop here on a podcast and talk some shit and just get things off your mind, whatever's happening around you. We can talk about anything, right? So yeah, you don't need to have a solid reason to come on. Just do it. It feels right. If you watching this or listening to this, wherever it is, whatever platform it is, and if you think that I'm, cool, or maybe it might be like something that you can just like kind of get some shit out. And honestly, it's easy. I pulled the mic up, fix the cameras, and then you push record, and that's it. That I do the editing, I do all the postings and stuff, and yeah. I do want to say this too. If you are planning on being a guest and you want to be a guest, reach out. Find me on social media. The handle is Vernon's Podcast. On Instagram and Twitter, or on the Facebook page, Vernon's Podcast, blah. So you can reach out any of those places. That's fine. YouTube, and why I started this podcast. Let's go there now, right? Yeah. Okay. Why I started this podcast. Honestly, I was just bored. I think I said that earlier. Yeah, I was bored. Came out of treatment, rehab, loony bin, whatever, and sober. And even though I was like practicing the things that I had learned from there, writing in my journal every day, making sure that my apartment's clean, my car's clean, make sure my bed is fixed, making sure that exercise, make sure I'm eating good, make sure I'm like fulfilling all my obligations or doing all my obligations and running errands and the things I need in my life. But even doing all of those things, I'm still have a lot of free time on my hands, and I don't return to work for another 2 weeks. I think like 16 days at the end of the month. It's the end of June. And I have a lot of time on my hands, and I've always wanted to start a podcast. So it's like, right now is the perfect, but so that's what, and also I wanted to have my own platform to say what I want and say what I feel and be who I am. And I just want to connect with people, like I have a lot of family and friends who don't live in the city. They live far away, like hundreds of kilometers away. And this is, my way of kind of getting my thoughts, my ideas, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, what I'm going through, what's going on around me out there for everybody, and not just my family and friends, but for everybody. It's just, I want to start really connecting and networking with a lot of people. Do this podcast too was just bring awareness to mental health and addiction as well. And also I'm going to touch on a lot of like indigenous things too as well. Like whenever I see an indigenous person winning, some friends who have like beadwork and stuff like that, they do their own beadwork, and they're indigenous, and I wanted to ask them if they can come on the show so that they could kind of promote their shit on here, promote their work on here, or like whatever, or just come and talk about it, and then maybe I might buy something too, or so yeah, if you're indigenous and you have anything going on and you're an entrepreneur, or like if you have a small business or whatever it is, come reach out. We can talk about it. You can put your shit on here, and yeah, we can work together. And I'll buy, maybe if I like something, I might buy it too. I might buy something. You know what I mean? And so just indigenous stuff. Like I really want to support our people. And also I'm going to be using this platform too to get my whenever I feel like there's like things going on that I want to address. Before in the past, I would just go on these like internet rants and post on over Facebook or whatever. I'm going, this is the old me, because now if shit happens to you, you do things to me, you can't make me mad. You got going on. I'm too busy watering my plants on my side of the street, watering my grass, cutting it, raking it to how I want it. This side of the street is green and light and bright and happy. Okay. So you can't make me mad now, but in the past, people were able to make me mad. And But the only thing, even though back then too, like I never just went at somebody just to be a bully or whatever. I was bullied as a kid, so I don't ever want to be a bully, you know. So people would kind of like do things to kind of piss me off, or they might disrespect me and stuff, and then nobody would say anything, nobody would hear it, nobody would see it. And then the only thing that people would see it was me reacting the way that I would react. You know, I would put up a post and put their ass on blast, and then I would look like a monster and the bully, and then, you know, just a bad person. And then nobody would stop to think like, why did he do that? Oh, you can push me to that point. But it pushed me to that point, and then so because of that, I think like at least that was a long time ago too. Like a lot of the shit from a long time ago. I don't even know why I'm even talking about it right now, because the reason why I'm talking about it right now is because like I feel like there's some people who still hold that old version of me. Like they still view me that same way. You know, like they still look at me like I'm that old Vernon. Like, no, we were kids. Okay, get over it. Because there's a lot of shit that a lot of you did to me that I forgave you for, or maybe I just was whatever, went the other way next. You know, like I don't let things bother me for that long. Okay? So, anyway, I want this podcast or this platform, this would be me to whenever I want to air some shit out, or maybe I might hear like some things like lies about me, or just some situations in my life that I feel like I would want to give my side of the story. I will use this platform. Okay? And you guys can do that too. Okay? If there's a rumor that's happening in your life and you want to give your side of the story and you want people to hear you out, come to Vernon's podcast. And I think I'm done here. Yeah. So random podcasts, might not do it again. No, this is just something I'm doing. Okay. Don't take it too seriously. Don't analyze it too much. Don't think about it too much. Just kind of just listen to me. Okay, so don't judge it, just listen and see if you like it. That's all. You know what I mean? You don't have to follow me, you don't have to like me, you don't have to comment, you don't have to do anything. Just all I ask is that you just give it a chance, give me a chance, you know, just maybe listen for a little bit, and then if it's not for you, it's not for you, and if it is, then great, thank you. Anyway, yeah, done.